It doesn't get much bigger than this. The Melbourne Derby. Two sides of Melbourne. Fierce rivals, passionate enemies, and a fixture every fan circles on the calendar. It all comes to a head today. A rematch of last year's 6-goal semi-final penalty shootout thriller. Melbourne victory with the bragging rights in the driving rain of Casey Fields. Today, Melbourne City seek revenge in a massive Melbourne Derby doubleheader at Amy Park. The fans starting to pile in on a beautiful afternoon here at Amy Park as well for a Christmas clash, and I'm glad to be joined by Liberty A-League legend Teresa Polias. Derbies are pretty special, aren't they?
They are, Cam. Thank you so much, and what a treat we have. A Melbourne Derby with that added element of the mental pressure, that spice we'll probably see today, and two huge teams that are massive rivals, so a lot of pride is on the line today.
And a position at the top of the table as well as on the line, both sides with the opportunity to go atop. And let's have a look at how they line up for today's fixture. Just one change for Dario Vidosic's side as Julia Grosso returns from injury. New Zealand international Hannah Wilkinson starts up top with Daniela Galic and Amina Ekic flanking her, whilst Caitlin Torpey and Briley Henry both return from injury. Meanwhile, Jeff Hopkins' side remains unchanged. Matilda Emily Gilnick still out with injury, meaning Korea Aquino leads the line alongside Beattie Goad and Mackenzie Winan. Kayla Morrison wears the captain's armband as always. And the beating heart of this Melbourne City side, Rihanna Pollicina, we'll get to have a look at her in just a moment. The sides, the nerves running through them as they come through the tunnel, playing in a derby. It's truly something special. Teresa Polias, you played in many derbies yourself. They've got that added spice, don't they?
They do. They have that added sort of pressure, and it almost feels like a finals game every time. And you're coming up against your main rivals, and you want to play for that pride of your city. So huge game. Hearts would be beating.
The blood pressure will be going up. Rihanna Pollicina, the creative hub of this side, so crucial for Dario Vidosic's team.
Absolutely is the creative engine of this City team. Most chances that they create come through Pollicina, and you know, in her own right, she's had 30 of her own shots this season, which is the most in her team and third in the league. So if she can start converting those, what a team, they'll be very hard to stop.
And they're without Holly McNamara as well, unfortunately suffering an ACL injury. She's really got to step up in her absence.
Yeah, and she has. She's done that since she's arrived at City. She's always been a player to orchestrate things out there. So I think it's more about others coming into the fold in the absence of Holly Mack.
Someone coming into the fold and really stepping up in the absence of Emily Gilnick. Korea Aquino leading the line for Melbourne victory. She's really coming into her own now after starring in the NPL.
She so is, and I've loved watching her journey from the beginning, where you could sense that frustration she had. She was working really hard, and at times sort of not on the same page as her teammates, but the hard work's paid off. She's scored in 3 consecutive matches now. She looks confident. She's combining well with her teammates as well.
It's a Melbourne victory side. We can see a few Matildas in there. On paper, arguably the strongest in the league.
I'd agree, Cam. I think they are the strongest team on paper, and I think they've built well into the season so far, and today's a really good test against an opposition, their rivals, who love to keep possession, so it's going to be a good test for them.
And that's the thing with Melbourne City. They've controlled every single game so far this season, most of the possession, most of the chances, but they really haven't converted them in a way they were hoping. Kate Jakovic leading the officiating team today, assisted by Sarah Ho and Joanna Chiraktis. They really haven't been ruthless enough this year, Melbourne City.
They haven't. They're playing their usual attractive style, you know, controlling games, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day. If you're not scoring chances, you know, you're not going to win games. So that's the focus of City. They've got to convert their chances.
There's never been a scoreless draw in a Melbourne derby. Don't you love that from Bubs? Melissa Barbieri the cheerleader of this Melbourne City side, the beating heart of this City dressing room.
You've got to love that passion, and she leads the way, and that's what the players need out there. I really would love to see some spice today.
Well, there's never been a scoreless draw in a Melbourne derby. 8 wins apiece. The sides today with an opportunity to go atop of the ledger. Extra bragging rights in this game. Only 2 draws between them. Hannah Wilkinson, the World Cup star, the football fern, leading the line of Melbourne City. Can she bring out her ruthless streak today as we are underway in the Liberty A-League? The Melbourne Derby, round 9. Doesn't get bigger than this. Melbourne Victory winning it back high. Beatty Goad, the creative force on the wings for Melbourne Victory. Most key passes in the competition with 18. And has really come into her own over the last few seasons. A former Melbourne City player herself, Beatty Goad, one of their inaugural players. Campbell Johnson here in commentary alongside Teresa Polias on a warm Melbourne day, a sunny Melbourne day. Perfect for football in the festive season. What will the Christmas crackers have in store for both of these sides? Here's Grosso, back from injury. Policina, hands going up for offside, and the officials agree. There's Dario Vidicic, took over from his dad Rado last season after he moved on to the men's gig at Melbourne City. Currently without a job in the A-Leagues. Here's Rado. But by all accounts is up in Queensland, so not too bad, enjoying the sunny weather. Here's Rado Vidicic.
Definitely this time of year, don't think he'd be
He's got it hard, doesn't he?
searching too hard for a job.
Here's Grosso. Arguments for a foul throw, not given. Very physical between the 2 Americans. Ooh, a little bit of feist. And in fact, it was Rachel Lowe getting into the contest there with Julia Grosso. Mackenzie Wynett a little bit deeper. Here's Otto. Melbourne City playing with the back 3 at the moment. It's flicked on well by Grosso, but Garlich just can't quite keep it in play. There is Jeff Hopkins, the experienced head, the Welshman. Melissa Maisels, part of the coaching staff there as well. Former Melbourne Victory keeper. Such an experienced coach is Jeff Hopkins, and 2 coaches on opposite ends of the spectrum. Hopkins with so much experience. Dario Vidicic just in his 2nd season, his first full season as a head coach in the league. Julia Grosso wins out that battle.
Yeah, quite a difference there in journeys, but the other element of this is the crossover between players in both teams, where we've seen, you know, many players in the opposite team's jersey over the years. So that makes for another challenge. Teams know each other really, really well.
Emma Checker on the bench today. Captained Melbourne City just last year, on the bench for Melbourne Victory this afternoon. Moving to their crosstown rivals. Policina in behind for Garlich. Stuttered a little bit trying to stay onside, and she does so. Marked well by Jessica Nash, former Sydney FC and Canberra United player. Policina. Grosso. Far too heavy of a ball in behind. Looking for Garlich, one of the young stars of the league. Had a fantastic year last campaign.
And we're seeing Garlich in wider positions this season, whereas last season we saw her more in that attacking central role. So it's a new challenge for a young player as well. She's doing well, combining really well with Policina.
Lydia Williams, another former Melbourne City player, in goal today for Melbourne Victory. Such a legend of Australian football. Over 100 Matilda's caps, Lydia Williams. Here's Policina driving into the box, firing away. Palmed into the path almost of Hannah Wilkinson, still alive for Melbourne City. Garlich evades her marker and cleared at that near post by Kayla Morrison. The American-born player, now with her Australian citizenship, Kayla Morrison.
Once again, Policina making something from almost nothing there, dropping that shoulder and driving to get a shot away.
Here's Garlich. Plenty of action early on here. Laura Hughes just struggling to keep it within her grasp. Dives in and gives away the foul. Not helped by her first touch on that occasion. Here's Wynett. Murphy. Such a talented young player is Alana Murphy. Really coming into her own this year, taking a bigger role in the absence of Alex Chidiac. Here's Lowe. Won the double with Sydney FC last season. Seeking pastures new, more game time as well at Melbourne Victory, and she's got just that. Rebecca Stott able to clear for her side. Wynett intercepting. He's Low. Dispossessed by Policina. Does well to get past Wynett as well. Not much doing ahead of her. And that just has to go back. Lucian Prue, the Canadian goalkeeper and international, wearing the gloves for Melbourne City. And it goes the way of Melbourne City. Wanted Amina Rekic in behind the Bosnia and Herzegovina international. Just couldn't find her though. Policina with a busy game early on. Just 7 minutes gone. Here's Grosso. Does well to get past Mackenzie Weiner. Hannah Wilkinson is just offside. Sarah Ho on this near touchline.
And Grosso doing really well there to make that driving run, and Wilkinson tried to get her run out wide and avoid the offside there, but Victory defence had stepped up.
Here's Grosso. Garlich trying to buy herself some space. Hughes, one back by Low, and does give the foul away. She's coming in behind. Laura Hughes will be very thankful of that. A switch from Grosso. Chinema. Stott under pressure. Melbourne Victory pressing well. City just get away with it. So good at playing out of the back typically and playing out of pressure. Garlich, first time ball through the legs of Hansen. Amina Rekic trying to win it back. Just can't do so. Here's Grosso. Otto. The Americans linking up. Garlich. Evades Jessica Nash. And Kayla Morrison able to sweep up for her side.
And that's one thing that's never changed for City, is that they play out of the back so fluidly, so well, so easily it seems at times. So you've got to consider as a team, do you go for it or do you pick your moments to press?
Amina Rekic in space, cuts inside, fires away and gives Melbourne City the opener at Amy Park in a massive Melbourne derby. The Bosnian international with her second goal of the season. And what a game to do it. Merry Christmas, Amina Rekic.
It was amazing footwork from Ekic. Policina tees her up. She cuts in and out, and the finish. It's a world-class finish.
Kayla Morrison just diving in a little bit. They're just giving up on the play.
Yeah, it was very, very lacklustre by Morrison's standards there. She really sold herself there, and that cut-in. Teams know Ekic likes to cut in. And she finished well at that.
In her second stint at the club, Amina Rekic was at the club last year before suffering an injury, cutting her time short, heading back to Racing Louisville. Has now signed a 2-year contract with the club, with Melbourne City. What a way to open up the game. City with the lead in under 10 minutes. Here's Hansen. Nash. Great ball down the line for Wynett. Can victory strike back? Taylor Otto, the American centre half, able to deal with the danger. Dario Vidicic just assessing things on the bench. I'm sure liking how his side have started here. And it is Aquino with the strike, and a great save by Lysiane Prue. Was perhaps drifting wide, but made sure there was no doubt.
Well, Victory need to respond here in a derby. Here's Aquino's chance. It's a good effort from there. She's earned her team a corner. A good response from the Victory, but they'd love a goal here to get back in this derby.
Terra starting to fill out a little bit. The first of a doubleheader. Hopefully that will continue and they can get in voice for both sides at either end. Alana Murphy standing over it towards that near post, and a skewed clearance by Julia Grosso guarding that near post. One sleeve up as well.
It's an interesting one.
Perhaps evening out the farmer's tan.
I was just thinking that, Cam.
I'll get another go. Here's Murphy towards the back post. This time Hannah Wilkinson flicking it away and out of danger. Low delivering back in this time. A scramble in the box. Beatty Go driving it low. And Lysiane Prue hangs on. The right idea. Through a lot of traffic too.
Well, it was the right idea, and Murphy's got that in far post. It's come out well for Go there. She's opted for the touch and got it back in, albeit straight to Prue.
So many numbers forward for Melbourne Victory at the moment. Forcing errors as they try to do. Hughes going down. A nice battle forming between her and Rachel Lowe. Getting fiery early on.
Rachel Lowe making the little dive signals there. Not happy with both calls, really. It's 2 fouls on Hughes, so it's going to be a good little battle between the two players today.
Prue. Otto under pressure. Melbourne Victory trying to win it back high. Slipping over is Otto. Do they get away with it? Going down in the box was Wynett. And Melbourne City have to be careful. Here's Policina. Garlich. This game coming to life. The fans coming into voice. Garlich. Here's Grosso. Garlich out wide. They give away possession. Low. Marked by Hughes. Sent down the line. Aquino trying to control it. Taylor Otto physical. Here's Chinema. Melbourne City characteristically hanging on to the ball. And at the moment it's paying dividends. Here's Grosso. Driving forward down that left-hand side. Policina. Nice 1-2, just can't quite get onto the end of it. And 62% of the ball at the moment. And here is that penalty shout just before Mackenzie Wynett going down.
Yeah, look, there's got to be a bit more in this for Jakowitz to give that, I think.
Here's Policina, blocked by Hansen.
Got a very experienced referee out there, and I'm happy with that call.
You need that in a derby, in a big game where players, the tempers flare and rise. Just to keep control of the game, especially early on. Have to take charge. Peru. Great pressing from Melbourne Victory at the moment.
But in terms of that possession stat you mentioned, Cam, yeah, no surprises there. It's classic City.
As here we go on the break, McKenna driving forward, one-on-one, can't make it two. Lydia Williams coming up big. McKenna once more. Policina. Garlich. Does she stay onside? Yes, she does. Edge of the box this time for Laura Hughes. Amina Rekic can't flick it on for a teammate. And what a counter-attack. Petey Goad. Aquino. Do they have numbers forward? Low. Trying to wedge it in behind and far too much on it.
It was a disappointing pass in the end from Low, but here's McKenna away for a golden opportunity. And she's just hit it straight to Lydia Williams. As good a save it was, she probably could have done better to thread it or potentially cut it across there.
Jamila Rankin caught out of position. Letitia McKenna getting in a bit of space in behind. Elise Kellen-Knight getting a touch on it, potentially keeping her on side as well. They're not made to pay for that defensive breakdown. Melbourne Victory. Well, they have to tighten the screws.
They do, and they would have been disappointed with the goal they conceded in the first place. So they need to, like you said, tighten those screws a bit and lift their game defensively at the moment. They're a little shaky.
Playing a high line. Melbourne Victory a lot of the time, or trying to win that ball high up. Nice tactical battle today. Here's Hughes. Great ball in for her. The delivery this time. Jamila Rankin. Able to get enough on it for her side. Beatty Goad, a foot race with Chinema. There was only going to be one winner. Beatty Goad. Looking to go around. Chinema once more has done well to recover. Here's Goad. Rankin. Giving away possession once more. And Elise Kellen-Knight and Jamila Rankin not on the same page.
There's a few positive glimpses here for the Victory, but then there might be a player or two that just aren't on the same page, and that's where it's breaking down going forward at the moment.
Elise Kellen-Knight, former Melbourne City player as well. At the base of midfield, here's Grosso. Driving through midfield, great ball out wide for Garlich. Putting it back across the face, Hannah Wilkinson. Can't turn it in. They'll get another opportunity. Grosso has been sensational so far today.
She has. She's causing Victory all sorts of trouble on that left. That run just then, she displayed great balance and power going forward.
Showing prowess. Inverting and going out wide, overlapping here. Grosso cutting back. Garlich in the box. Options in the middle. Brought down by Wilkinson. The strike this time coming in from the edge of the box. And Laura Hughes can't hit the target.
Once again, Victory Here's that driving run from Grosso to tee up Galich, causing all sorts of trouble on the left there. But the Victory defensively, they're just not stepping up, giving certain players from City all the time in the world in around that box that they don't always deserve.
Nice battle between Wyatt and Grosso on that far side too. Galich, good first time ball. Elise Keller-Knight. We're just to play it back. Two Matildas icons. Elise Keller-Knight and Lydia Williams. Here's Otto.
And that name there, Cam, you've got Lydia Williams in behind you. You can step up and she will, rest assured, she'll keep the goal safe. But the Victory players need to step up and put a bit of pressure on these City players.
Can they do it now? Here's Galich. Diving in is Jessica Nash. Cut back for Policina. And kept out by Lydia Williams. Safe as houses. Gets her feet to it. Here's Grosso. The pressure piles on Galich. And Jessica Nash able to block it that time, but diving in far too easily before. There it is, just diving in. Coughing a spray as well afterwards, I believe, from one of her teammates. Going down far too easily. And Rihanna Policina can't put it away. A great save by Lydia Williams.
Policina once again, she's knocking on that door.
She'll take the corner now. Policina delivering. In the mixer, headed away by Morrison. Teed up this time, another effort. And almost fumbled by Lydia Williams. She does just enough to keep it out of goal.
That's experience there. It was an awkward, spinning, bouncing shot there from Hughes, but Williams does really well, unsurprisingly.
Policina. Ekic just drifting offside that time. Jeff Hopkins delivering instructions. Here is that opportunity. McKenna getting the strike away. Have a look at that. The final third entries, 24 for Melbourne City. And really getting into great areas at the moment. And they're getting their rewards.
Well, that's telling right there. 24 final third entries from City. That is danger signs.
On the other side of things, I mean, everything's coming up Millhouse for Melbourne City, but the other way, Melbourne Victory, how do they, I guess, amend to that and start to gain control back in this game?
Well, you can sense the panic at the moment. Things are happening out there. They're a bit disorganised defensively. And then they're frazzled when they actually get on the ball. So they need to calm things down and go back to their defensive principles.
Here's Hughes. Grosso with a strike from way out. And optimistic, I think it's fair to say.
Optimistic, yes it was. But again, who is stepping up and closing Grosso down?
She had so many opportunities in this game, playing so well. Opened up well for her, and you're right, just not closing her down.
Yeah, this is shooting range.
And they'll have another opportunity here, Melbourne City. Melbourne Victory giving it away far too easily. Advantage play, but a heavy tackle on the edge of the box. Elise Keller-Knight with so much space in that midfield. Is this the opportunity for Victory? Beatty Goad cutting inside twice. Can she get this shot away? It is blocked. Sat down two defenders. Beatty Goad. And it'll be brought back for the foul earlier, I am sure.
Well, Goad stepping up today. She's causing trouble. Her footwork's been great. She's taken advantage of Chinema a couple times here.
Here's Aquino. Getting the strike away, but it is blocked. That time by Rebecca Stott. Here's Goad. Aquino makes her way through. Career Aquino. Taylor Otto comes across to block it. Does oh so well to shut down the danger.
Well, she did so well there to even get a chance, Aquino, but I think she just took that extra unneeded touch when she could have shot. As soon as she turned in that box, get that shot away.
Great cover from Taylor Otto. Rebecca Stott starting to play out of the back. Lucianne Prue being a part of it too. Something they've worked on in the training ground. They're able to exit their defence well too. Here's Garlich driving. And it's won back by Alana Murphy. Incisive ball for Career Aquino, just dropping deep to link the play. Here's Wynett. Cutting inside. Good ball for Goad. Edge of the box now. Wynett turning inside. Callan Knight. Here's Nash. Takes a touch on its way through. Goad once more. On the right-hand side now. Low. Dinking it in behind. It's a great ball. Can they cut it back? Rebecca Stott taking no chances, the captain.
Well, Goad is on today. If you're a Victory player, you are looking for Goad.
It's a lovely one too between Rachel Lowe and Beattie Goad. Perhaps just needs to be cut back to that penalty spot. Mackenzie Wynett waiting in the wings.
Yeah, the cut back there just wasn't decisive enough from Goad, but the right idea. She's on point. She's doing some great things out there.
A corner now. 27 minutes gone. Callan Knight towards the near post. Flicked on that time. And wide. Can't turn it goal bound. Tori Hansen. And a good opportunity for Melbourne victory.
It's a good delivery here from Callan Knight, and pretty good chance there for Hansen. She just got under it a little too much. But better from the Victory.
Here's Hughes. Stott under pressure, as is Otto. Melbourne City trying to be very cute with the ball. They don't want it to turn sour. It's given away. Murphy. Wynett. Callan Knight. And intercepting is Hughes. Does well to evade Goad. Here's Stott. Against her former side. Grosso. Policina. This game so end-to-end to start things. Have a look at that. Completely even in the passing accuracy department in that final third. 76% apiece. Bit of context. Melbourne City have had 65 passes in that final third. Melbourne Victory only with 25, so the volume very high for Melbourne City and still maintaining that passing accuracy. Here's Stott. McKenna.
Well, Victory have finally got it out of their back third and had it in their half. The last 5 or so minutes, which helps, takes the pressure off and allows their back line to just regather, calm down, get back to basics.
Here's Chinema. Jamila Rankin just stepping up, cutting it out, the former Brisbane Roar player. Came over to Melbourne Victory this off-season. He's been a regular since coming over. Played largely at centre-back for Brisbane Roar last year. Trying to play in that left-sided role. Something not uncommon in the Liberty A-League. Seeing players in other positions come into centre-back with the national team needing central defenders. Here's Garlich. Caleb Morrison clearing. Wynett. It was a good opportunity for Melbourne City. Peru. Here's McKenna. Otto given all the time in the world.
Victory opting to press City at times. And it pays off well when they win the ball. However, when City get out, those transitions are hurting them.
Here's Grosso. Cutting back inside, back out. Gets past Wynett, her compatriot. Here's Garlich, has already created 3 chances this game. Garlich, can she create one more? Skips to the byline and out of play. Not what she was after, but did very well. Having a great game so far, plenty of action down that left-hand side.
She's been very busy, linking up well with Grosso, and she's gotten a few good, dangerous balls in. Nice technique, finesse on it. That's why she's out there in that position.
Odd bounce of the ball for Rebecca Stott. Tough to judge. Here's Hughes. Policina, touch inside. McKenna, the former Perth Glory player. Chinema. Grosso. Stott threading it through for McKenna this time. Ekic across the face, cut out by Kayla Morrison under pressure. They win it back through McKenna. Her sister on the bench today as well. McKenna in the corner. Beatty Go giving away possession. Tried to win it back. Ekic does well to the byline. And once again, Kayla Morrison to the rescue. Amina Ekic coming from a long way out to chase her down. Here's Ekic. Wilkinson, fairly quiet so far. A collision between Ekic and Kayla Morrison after the play. Here is Ekic. The step over, cuts inside, looking for goal number 2. Was able to steer it goal bound, but not enough on it. Nice bit of play from Ekic.
Oh, here she is, and so hard not to dive in on Ekic, but that was from a similar position, similar technique there. It's very dangerous today, very busy, causing trouble there on that right side.
Got to say, I'm liking the Santa hat on the transition there as well on the Liberty A-League logo. Very nice in this festive time of year. And remember, it's not too far away now. If you're still looking for a Christmas present, Unite Round is coming early January. You can still get your tickets. Some great deals going on. The Liberty A-League and the Isuzu A-League are coming to Sydney, 12th to the 14th of January. Get your tickets at ticketek.com.au. You do not want to miss the party. It's meant to be an absolute cracker of a weekend. Here's Policina. Might add that to my Christmas stocking this year, Teresa.
That's a good idea, Cam. It's going to be fantastic.
As Policina with the strike in, took a touch on its way through. Never in doubt, Lydia Williams. Yeah, not a bad Secret Santa present, the old Unite Round tickets.
Here's the shot from Policina again, making some space there. Good footwork and takes a deflection.
Melbourne Victory taking on Perth Glory at Leichhardt Oval on Friday the 12th of Unite round. That's an absolute cracker. Perth Glory in fine form this year. Melbourne City taking on Western Sydney Wanderers at Combank Stadium. Should be an absolute ripper. Chinema back inside. McKenna. Back for Hughes. Given away. Wynett. Aquino. Great ball back for her teammate. Wynett inside. Coming together with Hughes. No collision though. Melbourne City reset.
Well, they've had to defend quite a bit in their own back third victory. So when they go forward, at times they look a little fatigued and the support's not quite there as soon as it needs to be.
Beatty Goad just fouling Rihanna Policina there. Having a good game so far is Beatty Goad. Still searching for her first goal of the campaign. Is Garlich. Marked by Nash. Chinema. Grosso. Really picking up those central areas. Almost flicked on by Rihanna Policina. Tough for her to deal with. And it is cleared by Alana Murphy.
She's just so hard to dispossess, Grosso.
And she's taking up those central areas, really inverting a staple and trademark of the modern game and the City football group. Will be a short break here. Both sides will be getting some H2O in as Lydia Williams getting some assistance as well. Daniela Garlich, sorry, having a chat with Kate Jakovic. Jeff Hopkins will certainly have some words for his side. What will he be saying in this moment to kind of steer them on? They've really picked things up in the last few minutes, last 20 or so, but this really the changing moment in this game.
It was, and of all people, of course, Policina sets Ekic up, and you just got to be ready for those cuts that Ekic does, and Morrison, I know, can do much better defensively. The whole back line actually were just all over the shop there for victory, but it was a good finish.
And great work rate as well from Rihanna Policina. Set it up and then got in the box for the follow-up potentially too. Really taking on that responsibility with the absence of Holly McNamara, who started the season so well for this Melbourne City side, and they are missing her. Lydia Williams, such an experienced head in this back line for Melbourne Victory. In goal, hopefully nothing major for her, the experienced Matilda, 35 years of age, coming over from Brighton and Hove Albion, knows this league so well. Hopefully she will be able to continue. Miranda Templeman, the reserve goalkeeper today for Melbourne Victory. And a little bit of a discussion as to what's going on between the defenders in particular.
Yeah, there's a heated discussion out there, desperate conversation, and they're lucky it's arguably only the one at the moment. So they need to tighten things up defensively and be a little more organised, especially and desperate defensively in shooting range. They're just giving the City players way too much space.
Lydia Williams will be able to continue by the looks of things. Miranda Templeman still doing her duties in getting warmed up. Heavy strap leg there, and of course the studio set up there for the game after this one, which will be available on Paramount Plus, of course. The Melbourne Derby. Here's Stott. Should be an absolute cracker in the Isuzu Youth A-League, and if this game's anything to go by, and we'll be on 10 bold as well. Melbourne Victory men's side in need of a win as well. Lydia Williams back into the action.
Well, she appeared to be getting some fluids in and some energy in, eating something while she was receiving treatment, so potentially
perhaps a bit of cramp, maybe?
Yeah, cramp, or not feeling the best and needing a bit of energy.
Just 40 minutes gone here at Amy Park. Stott with an abstract clearance. Here to go, can't keep it in play. And bravo, says Dario Vidicic.
Well, he'd definitely be happy with how things are going and the dominance his team have. But once again, when we're talking about conversion rates, probably doesn't match how well they're actually doing out there.
And that pressure really dying down at the moment from Melbourne Victory. Saw them pressing so hard at the start of the game, perhaps just picking their moments a little bit more now.
Yeah, and especially after a break in play, it sometimes kills your momentum a bit. So they've got to go out and build it again.
Just 5 minutes to play in this half as well. They'll have time to reset once more. Bit of time added on here, of course. Chinema. Here's Otto. Stott out wide for Grosso. Garlich continues her run. Seen it so many times today. Here's Grosso. A nice synergy on this left-hand side. Wilkinson. Fairly quiet so far today. No necessarily clear-cut opportunities for the big number 9, and Grosso does so well to evade Wynett. Policina. In a wider area for Melbourne City.
It's not for lack of effort, though. Wilkinson working hard, just the game's allowing for other players to be able to step up with more time and space for shots and to pick their passes, really.
Julia Grosso offside on that occasion. Is Kellen Knight. Williams giving away possession. Here's Garlich. Policina, a forced error. And stepping out of defence, intercepting well was Jamila Rankin. Gave away the ball in the same breath too.
That was really well read there from Jamila Rankin, but her touch was just too heavy, and it's happened a couple times. She needs to get her range, get a good feel for the pitch by now.
Melbourne City very good at playing around the press. Nice ball speed. Here's Grosso. Does well to buy herself some space. Cutting it across the face, palmed away by Williams. The strike this time, headed away by Morrison. Otto, the centre-back, winding up, and it is blocked. Here's Hughes. Coming over this off-season from Canberra United. A few big losses for them. Grace Maher as well, who's gone to Western United. Here's Wilkinson. Hughes.
We're seeing Taylor Otto venture quite high up the pitch, which is causing an overload in that midfield. So that draws out a Victory midfielder and takes away, you know, a body from the back line too. So I guess that's part of the problem here that the Victory are trying to work out.
There'll be 3 minutes added on here at Amy Park. Rebecca Stott, the deepest of the back three. Both Taylor Otto and Naomi Chinema coming in those more central areas, stepping up a little bit. Rebecca Stott sweeping.
Exactly, and City are known to do that.
Here's Grosso. Marked by Nash. Tries to make her way through. No foul given. Here's Garlich. Policina. Garlich. Otto. Hughes. Evades Goad. Chinema. Ekic. Marked by Rankin. Just forces her to go back. Here's Hughes. Policina. Otto. Lovely play from Melbourne City. The switch for Ekic. Gets around beautifully past Rankin. Akina Rekic. Amina, I should say, was looking for a second, but what a move from Amina Rekic. Fantastic.
What a move there from Ekic, and in the absence of Holly McNamara, wow. Absolutely razzles Rankin there and continues to trouble the victory, but she's really stepping up.
That is just naughty from Amina Rekic. Naughty or nice at Christmas? I think she'll say nice, but Jamila Rankin might say otherwise.
Well, it's definitely nice to watch, isn't it?
Indeed. Here's Wynett. Amina Rekic putting on a show. Jessica Nash just can't control it that time. Grosso. Policina. Can City get one more before the break? They've been tempting all game long for another. Rihanna Policina. Hannah Wilkinson. Kayla Morrison able to clear. And they should have made it too. Melbourne City can victory snag one back and level things. Goad, a good first touch. Cutting back inside, the desperation before the break ramping up. Rankin. Low, a nice 1-2. Jamila Rankin, the crowd getting involved. Almost flicked on by Elise Keller-Knight, and it will go out for a corner.
Well, there's the potential the victory have. Going forward, they can be so dangerous, but here we go again. Shambolic defending. That ball should have been cleared there, and it landed perfectly for Hannah Wilkinson, but Morrison gets in the way, luckily, for victory.
She's come to her side's rescue on a few occasions today. Kayla Morrison.
Jeff Hopkins will be desperate to get his troops in at 1-0 and deliver some key messages.
Murphy towards the back post. Floated in, and that time Kayla Morrison heading it in and wide by a whisker.
Well, if there's a player that wants to get their team back into the game, it'd be Kayla Morrison. She's done it before. She'd be unhappy with the first goal, and she had a free header there.
How is she unmarked in the box?
Wow, if there's a player to mark, it's Kayla Morrison. What a chance.
We've seen her score hat-tricks in games as a centre-back.
We have.
You can't ignore her in the box like that. And Melbourne City get away with one that time.
Well, this is dangerous for City too.
And it is half-time at Amy Park. An action-packed first half here in Melbourne. And Melbourne City, thanks to that player right there, Amina Rekic, leading at the break. So many chances either way. Melbourne City will certainly be feeling on top, not only on the scoreboard, but also in morale. At halftime, it is Melbourne City 1, Melbourne victory 0. And Teresa Polias, you've got a little bit of time to breathe in just a moment after a frantic first half. But what a first half it was.
Oh, it was so entertaining. And how about Ekic, Policina, ever present, continuing her run. But that finish from Ekic was the difference there. Sloppy defending, though, from the victory side. They'd be very, very disappointed in their defensive display in their box in this half.
We saw that a few times. Melbourne City streaming away with it, but Melbourne victory not without chances of their own.
No, they're not. They're actually doing well at times going forward, and they're showing how dangerous they can be. but it's their inability to hold the ball that's putting themselves under pressure, and a little bit of shambolic defending, which is not helping their confidence in this game.
Rihanna Pollicina with plenty of chances. Julia Grosso with a great game as well.
So busy. She's just so hard to contain, and her and Galich running amok on that left side, combining well with Pollicina. Here she goes again. That should have been cleared there. Very, very fortunate there, and Victory with their chance right before the break there. That's a huge opportunity for Morrison.
She can't be left unattended in the box. And how about that? 72% possession for Melbourne City. 21 shots in one half of football. Theresa Plyce, have you ever seen anything like it?
No, and I've hardly ever, if ever, seen the under 30% for a team like Victory. But I'm more fearful for City, because as dominant as they are, it's only 1-0.
We've seen that so many times throughout the year. Melbourne City on top here at Amy Park. Plenty of work to do for both sides in this second half. Make sure you stick around. The second stanza is just around the corner. Steph Catley in the crowd, signing autographs back home for Christmas. Don't you love to see it? And she'll be loving what she's seeing from two of her former sides doing battle here in the Melbourne Derby. It promised action, and Teresa Polias, boy, did it deliver.
It did. What a highly entertaining derby we're witnessing today. So much quality out there, and City very much dominating in all facets, but only with one goal up.
And it was end-to-end action in that first half. And I don't know about you, Teresa Polias, Amina Rekic with the lone goal in that first half. But I was a little bit surprised when I saw the stats at half-time. I mean, I knew Melbourne City were dominant, but 78% possession, or 72%, sorry, and 21 shots in total in that first half.
I have the same thoughts, Cam, and yeah, we knew they were dominating, but not quite that much. And they've just, I'm baffled as to how it's only 1-0. But Victory are showing good signs going forward at times.
And both sides coming into this match have and still have the opportunity to go top of the Liberty A-League ladder as it stands. Melbourne City with the lead, with the ascendancy in a big way after that first half.
Well, as much of an ascendancy as they have, it's only 1-0, so it's also very dangerous for them, and we've seen them slip up before when they are only 1-0 up. So they need to come out and continue to be ruthless and put that ball away again.
They certainly do, and we are back underway here at Amy Park. The second half in action, and a big second stanza coming to you here on 10 Play and Paramount Plus, of course. Here's Wynett in behind. Can Melbourne Victory respond straight off the break? And Mackenzie Wynett just getting her footing. A little bit lost there. And Teresa Polias, we saw Steph Catley, Matilda's star in the crowd, Arsenal star. Who do you reckon she'll be supporting today? She's played for both sides. Might have one going either way, potentially. Maybe wearing a half-and-a-half scarf.
Well, I don't know if she'll see much more of the game now she's been spotted, Cam.
She'll
be
have
signing,
her back to the game the whole
exactly.
time.
She'll be signing autographs the rest of the game.
Fantastic to see her supporting. I'm sure plenty of former teammates out there getting around the Liberty A-League, as everyone can. The Liberty A-League pass still available to all those under the age of 16, both boys, girls, everything in between. Sign up now. You can watch every Liberty A-League game live in the flesh. Here's Murphy. In behind for Aquino, the Japanese forward to that near post, off the woodwork. And you thought it was 1-1 for just a moment.
What a response from Victory here, and how unlucky for Rachel Lowe. There's just too much outspin on that, and it hits the post.
Wow. Well, the first half, I should say, was full of action. It's looking like it'll be the exact same here in the second. Melbourne Victory revived after the half-time break. Jeff Hopkins, I'm sure, with some stern instructions for his side. Here's Rankin. Finds its way to go. Rihanna Polacina unable to keep it away. Here's Kellen Knight. Delivering this time, Lysiane Prue hanging on. And what a response this is, Teresa Polias.
And what a ball in from Aquino there. And Rachel Lowe does really well to get a toe to that. But it's hit that post, which would be so frustrating for her.
Can't do much more than that if you're Rachel Lowe. Melbourne City with a wake-up call. Here is Prue, the Canadian, part of their Women's World Cup squad. sure she won't have super fond memories of playing here in Melbourne from the Women's World Cup. Here is Otto. Of course, Lysiane Prue, I should say, didn't see a minute at the World Cup, unfortunately, the reserve goalkeeper. Here is Otto. Stott. Grosso. A fantastic first half from the American. Policina. Here's Garlich. Grosso. Cutting it across the face. It's a great ball. They may get another opportunity. Laura Hughes winding up. Can't hit the target though. And it was a great ball in. They just couldn't quite punish.
Well, here's City's first foray forward, and with a pretty good chance. Hughes had time again to line that one up. Should be disappointed in that effort.
Amina Ekic just couldn't quite get the shot away. Collision between Chinema and Go. Play on is the call. Advantage played. Here's Policina. Not much room for it. Laura Hughes. Out wide for City. Cutting inside is Ekic. Still going, the lone goal scorer from this match. Here's Hughes. McKenna. Had plenty of shots of her own in this game. Letitia McKenna. 3 at the moment and .71 expected goals. Yet to hit the back of the net though. Rebecca Stott went on a run forward, couldn't get the shot away. Prue able to clear her lines. Mackenzie Wynett applying the pressure.
Victory often retreating, and yes, they've got numbers behind the ball. They're keeping City in front of them, but at some point City are entering that shooting range, and that's when they need their nearest defender stepping up and applying some pressure on the ball to avoid those shots from range and those driving runs.
And a foul there. Beatty Goad bringing down Laura Hughes. Plenty of action today from the former Canberra United midfielder. Driving forward is Grosso through the midfield. So lively in this game. And it's just played out of play that time. Just a little bit of disorganisation so far in this game, in this back line of Melbourne Victory. Something they'll be looking to address in the second half. Here's Garlich. Gets past Nash. Policina gets around Tori Hansen, and the strike going wide.
Policina does really well there to turn and face the goal and create this space to get a shot away, although she just didn't quite get around the ball enough then.
Not quite enough power either from Rihanna Policina. Tori Hansen, all things considered, doing well to make it difficult for Rihanna Policina. 25 total shots for Melbourne City. 21 of those coming in the first half. Simply staggering at Amy Park.
That is staggering, and against very good opposition in their own right, the victory here.
We mentioned it at the start of the game. Arguably the best side on paper in the competition. Big challenge that time from Rachel Lowe. And she will see a yellow card for it. Rachel Lowe with a crunching tackle. A derby tackle if I've ever seen one.
A derby tackle coming from frustration. She's been in the thick of it. A few challenges today, and oh, that's an ugly one. That's a yellow card there.
The frustration building. She's played in plenty of derbies. Has Rachel Lowe. It's a big occasion, and I'm sure after a tough first half and the crowd starting to build and build and build as Letitia McKenna's day comes to an end, that pressure will only rise as Caitlin Torpey comes on. But as the crowd builds for the Isuzu Ute A-League men's game after this one, there's more of a gallery, more emotion will set in, carrying on from the fans into the pitch as well. Here's Policina. Is this the opportunity for City? Good ball in, almost for Hannah Wilkinson. A fumble at the back, and they managed to just deal with it. Melbourne victory, and it could have been disastrous.
Well, the Victory just getting in the way of each other there, and almost fell for Hannah Wilkinson yet again.
This is good from Goad. Was able to get herself in a bit of space. The strike coming this time. An ambitious effort from Korea Aquino. Here's Murphy. Wynett. Towards the byline, marked well by Grosso. And does get rid of it. It's been sensational today, Julia Grosso.
And isn't that a good battle? Grosso versus Wynett. Two similar players.
The Americans going head to head down that side. Here's Murphy. Good delivery, almost. Korea Aquino getting the shot away and palmed onto the post by Lysiane Prue. Wow. Another opportunity. And Melbourne victory hitting the woodwork once more.
Once again. But what a great save from Prue there.
They'll go again, the victory. Here's Nash. Looking to deliver towards that back post. Just a little bit too much on it. And they won't be able to keep it in play.
Here's that opportunity for Aquino there, and she was in the right place at the right moment. Directed it well on goal, and that touch there from Prue, that's so crucial.
Only got a finger to it. That's all she needed as it just stays in play for Romina Ekic. Cuts inside, past Rankin. Ekic once more. An opportunity here. Hughes out wide. Garlich. Great ball in for Torpey. And her first involvement sliced wide. But what a ball from Daniela Garlich. Straight into the action, Caitlin Torpey.
Well, Garlich has brilliant technique. Her ability to hit her target is phenomenal, and that chance for Torpey right in front of goal. I know she's just come on. She's probably trying to find her feet. She's been out for a little while, so we'll give her the benefit of the doubt there.
She does very well to get in front of her defender too, in between the fullback and the centre half.
From a defensive point of view, though, there are questions to be asked of Victory.
Well, they'll be asked once more here. Torpey cutting inside this time and dragging it wide and high, but lively introduction for Caitlin Torpey.
Here's Torpey's opportunity once again there, and yeah, she'll feel like she could have done better in that position.
Getting in the right areas though. Caitlin Torpey playing in that more advanced role than she's traditionally known for. And Melbourne City simply relentless at the moment. Romina Ekic getting the shot away, but it is blocked.
It's two consecutive chances for Torpey, and she's just come on as a substitute. So very positive signs on her return.
coming back from an injury. Just had her sidelined for a few weeks. Just a little bit of a niggling one.
It's feeling just the same for Victory. Same sort of issues that we saw in the first half seem to be continuing now. They've had 2 golden chances though, which is positive.
Here's Garlich. Trying to evade Alana Murphy. Well read by Jamila Rankin. Was able to shut down the danger early. Here's Goad. Just a little bit lackluster at the moment from Melbourne Victory, but they started so well out of the half-time break. There's still so much time, and it is still just 1-0. It's anyone's game at the moment. They give away the ball. Caleb Morrison straight into the path of a City player. Sweeping out well here. Caitlin Torpey slipping over. And Caleb Morrison sending it forward for Aquino. Does well to get past Otto. Korea Aquino from a very tight angle. Forces a save out of Luciane Prue. And I'm not entirely sure if she meant it. And a few of her teammates asking, why didn't you square it?
Well, I've got to say, she's been impressive today, Aquino. She's been winning duels, taking shots, putting in crosses and teeing her teammates up. In terms of performance, she's continued her rise, and she'd love a goal to go with that.
Beatty Goad signalling to her attackers towards that near post. Hansen. Goad. Another chance to deliver. Falls that time and cleared by Policina. Garlich gets rid of it in the end.
Goad just couldn't get the ball over that first defender there on both occasions. Got to really get that into the mix there.
Korea Aquino with goals in her last 3 games. Morrison and Williams under pressure. Wouldn't Aquino love to make it 4-4? Here's Hughes. Looks like Garlich taking up a more central role with the absence of Letitia McKenna. Caitlin Torpey filling her role on the wing. Nice adjustment by Dario Vidicic.
Yeah, seamless adjustment there. Garlich, no stranger to a more central role. It's probably comes more naturally to her, although she was fantastic out wide.
One of the bright talents, one of many in the Liberty A-League this season. The league where Matildas are made. 69% possession for Melbourne City. Melbourne Victory clawing it a little bit back in this second half. His stop. Ekic under pressure from Jamila Rankin. Hughes. Rebecca Stott, the football fern, finding her football fern's teammate in Hannah Wilkinson, who just gets caught up a little bit on top of the ball. But looking to atone for her mistake and applying the pressure. And it will be a goal kick. Mina Rekic getting the last touch. Melbourne Victory needing the leadership of Lydia Williams and Elise Keller-Knight to really shine through. That's lovely from Keller-Knight, just to flick it on for Lowe.
Just as you said it, Cam.
Rachel Lowe delivering. It's a good ball, causing plenty of problems. And Beattie Goad will just watch it out. Rebecca Stott getting the last touch. And that's better from Victory.
Well, Victory will know. A beautiful glancing header there to set up Rachel Lowe on her way for a really good chance here for the Victory. And they know one goal will change this game. Get them back in.
Playing with a bit better ball speed at the moment. Looking for those passes. Looking to move it quickly. Kayla Morrison had a free header at the end of the first half. Towards that back post, rising was Morrison, the American-born defender. And they can't force a save out of Lysiane Prue.
She does well to get up here between a few City defenders. But it was well covered there.
Just wheeling back a little bit too much. Perhaps didn't time her run to the ball quite as well. 15 shots on target for Melbourne City. Victory with 7 of their own. Not a small tally, that's for sure. Chinema. Torpy trying to play it in early. First time ball for Rihanna Polacina. It does go out for a corner. And a wincing look from Lydia Williams. Needing more out of her team.
She's definitely been busy today and kept her team in this game, and that's what you want from a player like her. You can see that crowd building behind her. No doubt they'll push the Victory along here.
Plenty in attendance today for the Melbourne Victory faithful. And the ball in towards the back post, headed down. Caitlin Torpy dragging it wide. And the substitute, lively since coming off the bench. Likes what she's seeing at the moment.
She's enjoying being back out there, and she knows she should have got that one on target.
The shots just keep racking up for Melbourne City. A tangle between Goad and Chinema. And the former comes out on top. Low under pressure from Caitlin Torpy, harrying her. They do come away with it. This is derby football at the moment. Bodies flying. Wynett doesn't get a touch. Korea Aquino and Naomi Chinema able to clear.
How about that energy from Torpy, though? What a sub to be able to bring on and make such an impact.
She's been waiting to do that.
She has, and she's had 3 good opportunities to go with it, and delivering defensively here. What a crunching tackle on Rachel Lowe.
This game certainly not short of entertainment. The punters getting their values worth, that's for sure. Morrison into the feet of Kellen Knight, such an experienced head. A great ball almost for Beattie Goad. The right idea, incisive from Kellen Knight. Just looking to drive her side in this game. Taking the game by the scruff of the neck. It's a good first touch by Ekic. Ekic looking for that ball forward. Just didn't quite make clean contact with it. Here's Goad, Rankin. Great ball forward, Goad in space. Is this the opportunity for the Victory? Beattie Goad, smart ball back for Rachel Lowe. And dragged wide once more. And a golden opportunity goes begging for Victory. They did everything right, except that final shot.
And it's becoming a bit of the story of their game going forward, because they are creating really good opportunities like this one. And Rachel Lowe in any other game would probably finish that.
Beattie Goad doing exactly what she needed to do in that moment, and giving it away is Stott. Korea Aquino getting the strike away, had options from her teammates. Here's Lowe. What a frantic game we've got at Amy Park.
Well, this is the danger for City. We've seen that happen to them time and time again. As much as they dominate, they let teams back in with their low conversion rate.
Here's Goad delivering in, and Lysiane Prue able to hang on. You're spot on, Teresa Polias. It's just that lack of ruthlessness in front of goal. He's come back to bite them on numerous occasions this season. Obviously still having a fantastic campaign, but it could be even better. Here's Hughes. A sprightly run forward. Policina. Torpy, options in the middle. Cuts to the byline across the face. And it did come off a hand of Hannah Wilkinson by the looks of things.
I can't take anything away from them, Cam. They're probably the most entertaining team to watch. Here's that opportunity, and Torpy once again gets it across into a dangerous area, but yeah, does hit the hand of Wilkinson there. Good call from Jakowicz, but they're so entertaining to watch.
An attacking substitution. Naomi Chinnama's day coming to an end. Briley Henry back into the fold. A return for her after being out with injury for quite a while so far in this season.
She had a good shift, Chinnama. She had her hands full with Beattie Goad, dueling her during that game, and a bit of an attacking change here from Vidicic. That tells you he wants his team to go for it.
Perhaps a shift in formation as well. You just heard Dario Vidicic saying more of a back four now. Caitlin Torpy presumably taking up that right back role. Julia Grosso maybe asked to sit back a little bit more. And then a back or a central pairing with Taylor Otto and Rebecca Stott just to shore things up. But I tell you what, Julia Grosso staying forward. It's been sensational today, the American. And another change being made this time for Melbourne victory. At least Kellen Knight making way. Obviously spent a long time out with injury. Sarah D'Apollonia coming on. Karira Aquino, after having such a good game, a lively game, her day comes to an end. Leah Privatelli coming on, the experienced head. Here's Grosso coming to the byline. Here's Henry, former Western Sydney Wanderers player. So a few changes being made by both sides. And a strike that this time from range. Rebecca Stott, the centre-back, deciding to have a hit.
It's got to be pretty spectacular to beat Lydia Williams from that distance. But Stott's been brilliant today on the ball. Can't think of a pass she's given away, and think of many beautiful balls she's threaded through the lines to set her team forward.
There's one forward that time by Nash. Rebecca Stott, so steady at the back for Melbourne City. And they go once more. Ekic battling down that right-hand side is Garlich. Was looking for Ekic back out wide. Couldn't find her, though. Under a lot of pressure. Stott. Sarah D'Apollonia on now. Going down is Policina. Waved on. Okay, Jakowicz. Right on the edge of the box. No foul given. Much to the frustration of Rihanna Policina.
Well, the way she felt certainly looked like there was a clip there, but Jakowicz seemed certain that there was nothing in it.
Is Apollonia. The American came to Australia to play with Peninsula Power, coached by Mick Gallo up in Queensland in Redcliffe. Previously coached by Alex Smith, who's now the Brisbane Roar women's head coach. One back by Henry. Driving forward, has options in the middle. Bit of a battle with Jessica Nash. And Rachel Lowe, that will be a foul that time by Rihanna Policina. And under 20 minutes to play. Apollonia. Wynett. Into the box now, gets past Otto, the American. Squaring it, but into the legs and held on to by Lysiane Prue. Melbourne City still calm.
Here's Wynett. Powers into that box and just couldn't cut that ball back enough away from Prue.
Here is Hughes. A physical challenge that time from Alana Murphy, shoving over Amina Rekic, who stays down. Hopefully nothing major for her. Hopefully just a little bit sore after that contact. Looks like she's fine. And a bit of a smile too. Frustration setting in for Melbourne Victory. Have to get a goal soon. Here's Grosso. Henry. Hughes. Melbourne City given plenty of time at the moment. And they give it away. Here's Lowe. That's a great run from Mackenzie Wynett. Rebecca Stott sweeping for her side, as she has done all game long.
It's a great ball forward from Rachel Lowe and experienced defending from Rebecca Stott.
Look at the leadership from her. Leah Privitelli. No options in the middle. Tried to get it moving quickly. And you love to see that from Rebecca Stott, just shouting at her defence as a captain, keeping them organised. And as someone who's been a captain for a long time as well, how important is that, being vocal on the pitch?
It is. It's important to know when to be vocal and how to be vocal. And if anyone knows that, it'd be Rebecca Stott. But she obviously senses her team's dropped a little in the last 5 or 10 minutes and is trying to spark their motivation again.
Here's Torpy. Gives away possession. Privitelli. Murphy. So tidy on the ball. Nash. Great first time ball in behind for Wynett. If she stayed on side, Taylor Otto able to intercept. It was a great run and a great ball. Better from Victory, but City come away with it. Here's Policina.
City a little more static now, and you can just see in the way players are moving out there. But here's that wonderfully weighted ball from Jessica Nash, and great run forward from Wynett. But Privitelli was cut out there by Otto.
It was a really smart run by Wynett as well as Privitelli, just fouling Rihanna Policina, but a smart run from Mackenzie Wynett, just to run along the defensive line, not to veer offside, and then once the ball was played in behind, to make that darting run.
Really intelligent play there from Wynett, and she's just unwavering, isn't she? She doesn't stop. And at this point in the game where fatigue sets in, for her to still be making mature and intelligent decisions, it just goes to show how good a player she is.
She's a player that plays with such energy from the first minute to the last as well. Just never seems to tire. Mackenzie Wynett. Here's Otto. Grosso. Precious moments now. Just over 10 minutes to play. This is a great run from Julia Grosso. Gets by so many and draws a yellow card from the substitute. And a compatriot, Sarah Dappolonia. Her efforts today can't be understated, Julia Grosso.
Well, if you mistime a challenge on Grosso, it's very easy to do because she's just so powerful and skillful. And that's exactly what's happened there. Dappolonia lunges in, collects Grosso.
City's Player of the Year last year, Julia Grosso. Pretty underrated or understated acquisition from Melbourne City. One of those players that came in and not too many people knew about her, perhaps thought she was the other Julia Grosso, obviously the Canadian, but has really come into her own.
Well, if they didn't know her then, they certainly know her now, and she's been absolutely immense for this City side in both seasons.
And a committee of Melbourne Victory players just assessing how things are going. 11 fouls by Melbourne Victory. Crowd building at Amy Park. Both coaches getting vocal late here. With 10 minutes to play, we'll be a bit out it on, of course. The two Americans with a high five. Nina Ekic making a cheeky run down the left-hand side. The restart is on. Policina. Here's Ekic. Grosso. Ekic once more. Great ball through for Grosso to the byline. Stays on her feet, goes down. In the end, Sarah Dappolonia with another challenge. Puts it out for a corner. The fans in voice. 10 minutes to play. A big opportunity to put the game to bed. Policina standing over the corner, delivering now towards the back post. Get a touch on it, but just flicked on. Jamila Rankin can clear with ease. Here's Torpy. Nice reverse pass for Henry. Garlich. Here's Hughes. Torpy with an unorthodox touch and just skips away from her. Here's Grosso. Down the line now. Blocked by Alana Murphy. And an opportunity for Melbourne Victory. Here's Lowe. He's looking for Wynett. Here's Prue. Has to be now for Melbourne Victory. They want to fight back into this game. With every second, the game slips away more and more. Here's Policina. Met by Hansen. Holding on to her. And a big challenge. Daria Vidicic certainly saying the same, saying holding her hand all the way along down that touchline.
Well, they did win a corner, so would you prefer a free kick from distance or a corner? That's the question, and I know I'd take a corner any day.
The volume may have gone down as they're edging their way forward. Certainly a better result Pollicina standing over it once more. Wouldn't they love to make it two? Pollicina towards that near post. Up into the air now. Daniela Galic, what a save! And double from Lydia Williams. Showing every bit of her experience. Denying Melbourne City twice from close range.
Well, she's kept them in this game today.
And they win it back. Garlich out wide. Henry cuts inside. What a block from Tori Hansen. And they just keep getting denied. Torpy in for Wilkinson. I do not believe what I'm seeing. Could well be 7-0 for Melbourne City at this point. Lydia Williams with 8 saves in this game. An outstanding number.
That is outstanding, and they've got their fans right behind that goal, perhaps spurring them on as well.
Here's Ekic. Can they make it more? Finds its way to the back post. Jamila Rankin. Hannah Wilkinson couldn't get onto the end of it. Was fizzed in. And a foul that time by Briley Henry. And how about this? Daniela Garlich firing it in. Hannah Wilkinson getting one away too, and you can see the fans behind getting around it. No doubt lifting this Melbourne Victory side late on. And another opportunity for Briley Henry. Resolute at the moment from Melbourne Victory. But they have to make something happen. Jessica Nash coming off. Emma Checker coming on.
Well, the fans will be loving this action, Cam, and they're certainly very vocal out there. The atmosphere sounds incredible.
Pollicina just went out of play. And it was a little bit of a tough one for a moment there. The ball just pinballing around. Met in the face. Amina Rekic. But the play goes on. Here's Checker down the line. Grosso heading it back towards the goal. He can't make anything of it though. Hannah Wilkinson, very quiet game today. In a game she usually loves scoring in. Grosso clearing. Hannah Wilkinson in this fixture has scored 7 goals in her last 5 women's matches against Melbourne Victory. Sensational record. Won't be adding to it today. Still minutes to do so.
Still plenty of time, and she won't care who's scored. All she'll care is that her team gets over the line with a win.
She may get an opportunity here. Ekic back towards the byline. Trying to fashion an opportunity. Falls for Henry. Pollicina firing it over the bar. And they should have just got the shot away.
Well, she opted to blast the ball from there, and all she had to do was place it in. The goal was open there.
Perhaps Briley Henry just not knowing that the defender had fallen down. 4 minutes will be added on. Still plenty of time for either side to get one. And wouldn't it just be poetic if Melbourne Victory managed to snag one after Melbourne City have dominated the entire game.
Well, they've got the majority of the crowd on their side at the moment, spurring them on. You can hear them. You can hear the passion. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a late stunner.
Is Grosso lifting it over towards Rihanna Pollicina, who just lost it for a moment. Taylor Rotto stepping up out of defence. Round 9 of the Liberty A-League. What an entertaining match. Hard to believe it's already been 9 rounds of the season. Of course, an extended season as well. The longest in Liberty A-League history. And as things stand, Melbourne City are going top of the league by 3 points. The Melbourne Victory, if they get 2 quick goals, well, that could all change. Here's Hughes. Big challenge from Mackenzie Wynett through the back of Laura Hughes. Slightly reckless from the American.
There was a reckless challenge then, and she'll be very fortunate not to see a card here. But oh, the studs were up as well. That's a very, very dangerous challenge.
Very lucky to get away with that one, Mackenzie Wynett. Whether she got the ball or not, the intent, not what you like to see.
No, it was dangerous. Didn't look good, and she's very lucky not to be shown a yellow there. I'm baffled as to how Jakowicz missed that one. Or the assistant ref.
Slightly puzzling. The play goes on. Grosso. In for Wilkinson. Can she get her goal that she so often gets in this fixture? Here's Torpy. Bundled over by Beattie Goad. And she will see yellow. Beattie Goad bringing down Caitlin Torpy, who's been so good off the bench in this game.
Well, here is that foul, and look, yes, it's from behind. She has pulled her down there. Yellow card, perhaps questionable, but definite foul here.
4 minutes to be added on here at Amy Park. And a free kick in a good position just to deliver it into the box. Hannah Wilkinson's specialty here. Not too many numbers forward for Melbourne City, but a hell of a lot back for victory. Don't concede again is the name of the game.
No, and they've gone for the short one, and look, they've learned from their own history this season as well, so they are being extra cautious, but sometimes that heaps even more pressure on you as a team.
They're sent forward by City. They'll love having it in this position. Hannah Wilkinson coming from an offside position that time. And the sense of urgency certainly rising for Melbourne Victory. Has to be now. 4 minutes added on. At the moment, they're tied at 8 wins apiece. And whoever wins here will go clear of the other. Here's Grosso slicing it out of play. The focus required at the moment. City don't want to let it slip. Victory, every pass matters. Every moment counts. Here's Wynett delivering towards the back post. Beattie Goad! That could be the game. Fell beautifully to her and blazed it over the target.
What an unbelievable opportunity. Great touch from Goad. It landed right at her feet, and she's blasted it over.
That reaction tells you everything you need to see. Every Melbourne Victory fan at the moment.
Well, she knows she should have done better from that position there, and she knows how important that chance was.
Would have been a stunning goal too. Ekic flicking it on. It'll find its way for Briley Henry. Bearing down on goal, blocked by Alana Murphy. And the crowd rises. And she'll want to keep it in this corner. Just to soak up time. Run down the clock. And it'll be a goal kick. Here is that chance.
What a ball in to the far post from Wynett. She absolutely timed it perfectly for Beatty Goad.
It was a great first touch too to control it.
Fantastic. On an awkward bounce, really. It just bounced before her, but she did really well to bring that down.
They've still got just a little bit more time as it's won back by City. And it's certainly head to the corner flag territory. One last chance, perhaps, for victory. They have to shift the ball forward. Here's Murphy. Every moment is precious. Privatelli. Shouts of a handball, but she keeps going. Privatelli blocked by Grosso. Still alive for victory. Checker. They win a corner. And this is the moment.
The old corner, last kick of the game. How often do we see this happen?
It all comes down to this. The stadium filling up. A Melbourne derby. Lydia Williams not coming up for it. Heartbeats racing. Tensions rising. Perhaps the last opportunity of the game. Beatty Goad delivering towards the back post. Sits for Murphy. Strike from Rachel Lowe. Far too much under it. And they can't capitalise. And Melbourne derby. Victory for Melbourne City. Their 9th win. They go clear of their opponents. And they go clear at the top of the table. What a performance from Melbourne City. Utterly dominant. And what a game of football at Amy Park. It ends. Melbourne City 1. Melbourne victory 0. What a half of football. What a game of football. Simply entertainment at its very best, Teresa Polias.
We just witnessed an amazing derby between the two Melbourne sides, and I love to see that passion in the City team when they win.
It is simply amazing. I don't know about you, Teresa, but the heart rate's going up in that one.
It absolutely has, Cam. It was such a thrilling game then, and for all the dominance City had over this game, Melbourne victory nearly pipped them there, nearly got one back.
And Beatty Goad will be kicking herself right at the final moment, but the game is made up of moments. And you're right, Melbourne City completely dominant in this game. And Mina Rekic, the only goal scorer in this one, opened the scoring really early on, but they just kept on going and going.
Yeah, look, victory, assisted them in that first half especially. They were quite disorganised at the back, but can't take anything away from Mina Rekic. She cut in beautifully, and her finish was world class.
A fantastic finish from her. But the game, especially in that second half, still had plenty of action. And we said in the first half, Melbourne City really should have had a few. The exact same in the second.